Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for the week of June 5th to the 11th, 2023. So let's dive straight into it. Your first card out is Yang. I'm seeing a lot of decisive action and forward movements for you this week. And Yang energy is like the divine masculine. Your fate is in your hands. And I don't know, I'm just seeing this really as like there is going to be a big decision or a series of decisions going on in your life at this time that will kind of change your reality and create your destiny a bit. And we have two more oracle cards and I want to read them, but I'm just going to warn you that the messages that come from them may not be hard to hear, but like just keep an open mind here, okay? First is the Four of Water in reverse, and this is what it looks like upright. I'm going to read this card for you straight from the book, okay? And this is your message from the divine. I'm not judging you at all, but let's just see what it says in reversed. You are worthy and deserving of all that you dream, but remember, so is everyone else. What if your joy comes at the expense of another person? Can you stand tall and proud and have respect for yourself if your happiness carries the price of another person's heartbreak or failure? Can you take genuine delight in your circumstances? Unintentional actions that cause hurt are one thing and can be forgiven. But what of the emotional consequences of an act done with awareness and intent? Essentially, just to recap what this is saying, is that do not take any action that you consciously are aware of may hurt or cause failure for someone else, okay? Just be mindful of that. The Four of Water, when it appears in reverse, cautions you against vanity, arrogance, selfishness, and self-importance, and symbolizes a need to look yourself in the eyes. Are you about to choose a path that leads to another's distress or downfall? If the answer is yes, be mindful of the fact that the universal law of cause and effect will hold court and sit in judgments. As always, there will be a reward and consequence offered. If you choose to continue forward, knowing that you may bring emotional anguish to another, be sure that the reward is far greater than the price you may end up with, or that you may end up paying. If you are at a crossroads, don't do it. You still have the opportunity to answer no and have your actions reflect that choice. Now, this is Luna, by the way. She only comes out when someone needs a snuggle. What this is saying, it's not saying like don't spare someone's feelings if it creates an injustice within you. So like don't get it twisted here. Like if you are not into someone, for example, don't continue being with them and playing around with them, because actually the consequences of that are awful for yourself and that person. Don't lead anyone on. Don't cause destruction to. As we were saying, don't cause destruction. Luna knocked over the entire tarot deck that we're about to use. So there's some big messages here, guys. Like, I'm really interested for the tarot portion of this reading because it seems to me that you have a choice to make this week, or a series of choices to make this week. And you're really strongly being advised right now to not make a choice that you know will hurt yourself or others, that will be destructive, okay? Just be really mindful and aware of the choices that you're making, and hopefully we'll read more into that. But your third oracle card out is the Eagle in reverse, and again, I'm going to read this straight from the book. But this is really good. The Eagle spirit is coming through in your reading as a spirit guide, and it's just a lovely spirit to have. They are very, like, they help guide you in life. Actually, you know what? Let me just read it for you. The essence of the eagle. Eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun, of new beginnings. She soars high in the sky, sees the smallest details with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountains. For Eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend, to acquire perspective, so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. Now, in reverse, this Eagle spirit is offering you a form of healing, a message that you need to hear before this week begins, or if you're watching this during this week, take this message, this wisdom right now, okay? It is time to see through the eyes of the eagle. Let your vision of the whole and its parts become laser-like, and set your priorities straight. What did you come to do in this life? Did you come to climb up the ladder of financial and social success? Did you come to become a better person, to heal your heart, to realize your essential self. What is your divine mission here on earth? No more excuses. Of course, you do not have enough time, money, or sleep. Virgos. Every Virgo I know doesn't have enough of either of those, or at least they make it seem that way. Like, oh, I'm exhausted, I never have enough money. Very Virgo quality to complain about those things. Yet the time is now to fly to your chosen purpose. If you postpone it, you are betraying yourself. Look through the eyes of the eagle and consider every obstacle an opportunity. Where you set your intention is where you'll end up. Free yourself and live your highest destiny. Fly. You know, this week, all of the fire signs, their readings really felt similar. You are the second earth sign I'm doing, and you feel really similar to Taurus as well. And I feel like earth signs this week in general are kind of being asked not to procrastinate, not to delay. You know, if you want something from your life, stop delaying it. And, you know, here's an example, because your actions may be self-destructive rather than destructive to others. If you already know that you want to get married and have a kid, and that's something that you're looking for right now, stop playing around with your own heart by spending, or shall I say, wasting time with these douchebags that you know are just leading you on. They're saying, oh, I don't really know what I want. Okay, well, you do know what you want, so they're not compatible with you, okay? Stop postponing your life plans, your success. Stop procrastinating it, and stop taking actions that are destructive to yourself or to others, okay? That's what I want to say. I don't know how that message applies to your life personally, but you do, so comment it down below if you feel comfortable. We're going to get into the tarot portion of this reading now. We're going to choose 9 cards, 3 rows of 3, to hopefully get like a much deeper, clearer picture of what you will be experiencing this week, okay? And we're pulling from the Wildwood Tarot, which is my first tarot deck, very special. So I'm just putting them all face down, and we'll flip them over one by one. First card out for you is the 7 of Vessels, mourning. Okay, something has come to a close in your life, and there is a mourning process happening for you at this time. Something exited your life in the past, a few weeks or months, I would say. Could even be a few years. Honestly, mourning never really gets smaller, especially if it's like a huge loss. It's just that your life expands outward from it. So it feels smaller, but it's not actually smaller. 7 of Cups, mourning. What have you lost that you are still processing, that you're still grieving, that you're still mourning here, okay? Just acknowledge it. Take it into consideration. Also, I want to say here, if you're in the process of mourning something, if you're not quite over something yet, don't try to subconsciously replicate that thing again. For example, this is the perfect example. If you are not over your ex, you know, you recently gotten into a breakup, like literally just a few weeks or months ago, you still find yourself talking to them, thinking about them, kind of hoping you'd get back together, etc. Maybe it's not best for you to try to entertain a new person who is telling you, hey, I want a serious relationship. You know, that could be very destructive to that person. And that's why these cards are saying, like, think about the other people in your life. Especially having the 7 of Vessels, mourning, coming out first thing. It's like, just focus on your own healing right now is what I want to say. Focus on your own goals, your own path in life. Don't delay. Okay, second card out, we have the 7 of Stones. 7 and 7, which are both cards of personal healing, alone time, very spiritual. This is like spiritual teacher, therapist, academic, someone who uses their mind, their soul in their work. What is your soul purpose, Virgo? 7 of Stones, healing, right next to 7 of Vessels, mourning, releasing. I feel guided to say these words like emotional healing, physical healing, practical healing, processing, working through this. Like, these are the words that are coming up for you this week. Working through this, healing this, releasing this. Also, I am seeing a healing mission within you. I am seeing you may have the life purpose of a teacher, a healer, an academic, a scientist, something of this nature that is here to help heal and evolve humanity. And I think that's really beautiful. And if you're kind of, maybe this week you need to stop procrastinating in that area of your career and your life purpose, it's time for you to get a move on. It's time for you to, really focus on that. Take some time for yourself to heal and process your own emotional wounds, and also take some time to help heal others, to help, reach goals in your own personal life. That's what I want to say. You need to break out of the habit of, I want to say, kind of using other people as distractions, and you're not doing it consciously, so hopefully. But yeah, okay. Third card out, we have the Five of Bows, Empowerment. Now, this is a very phallic card. Don't mind that. This is based off of the Iron Age Europe with, all the pagans and stuff. Five of Bows, Empowerment. Five of Bows really speaks of defending yourself, looking after yourself. And it's interesting that this is coming out because I don't think you're a selfish person, Virgo, especially you watch tarot. I feel like most people who are into tarot, well, I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people who are into this type of spiritual stuff, they're not really full of themselves. They care enough to do some inner soul searching. So I feel like the majority of people are not necessarily selfish. But for whatever reason this week, I am seeing here there may be some healing or some processing that needs to be done within yourself. And if you're trying to distract yourself from that, it can kind of cause you to accidentally take some selfish actions. I would just say be really careful of what you say this week. Be really careful of accidentally leading anyone on, using anyone, or I don't know, just take a look in the mirror and see how your words, your actions affect others. That's what I want to say. All right. Second row out, fourth card. And if you know what I'm talking about, please leave a comment down below so I'm not so lost. We have the Nine of Bows, Respect. And what do you know, this also came out for Taurus. Like I said, for some reason this week, all of the different elements, all the different signs seem to clump together. Like all the water sign readings were similar. All the fire sign readings were similar. The wind just shut my door. Oh, maybe there's a door that is shutting in your life, or you need to shut a door in your life. Close off something so that something new may begin. But this is when you're able to act in integrity and defend what you want while also being respectful of other people, that is when you are just so respected and so beautiful. And I feel like your whole reading is saying this is a time for you to focus on your own healing, your own goals, and make decisive actions to forward your own growth, to make yourself happy. But just make sure that you're respecting other people in the meantime and, respecting what they want, not using anyone, okay? I don't know how else to put it. When you do that, you're so respected. So let's see the center of your spread, the center of your week. You have the Three of Vessels in reverse, Joy. Okay. This to me feels really interesting as the center of your spread. I almost feel like a sense of loneliness from you, or maybe you're not invited out to something, or I don't know why, and I don't really know if you have a logical reason why, but you just are feeling a little bit separated from your group, or just feeling like you don't fit in, you don't belong, feeling like you don't have that many people who are really close to you. I don't know. There's something like that. Maybe there was a separation here. Or, guys, I will say for a select few of you, Three of Cups in reversed, don't participate in affairs, all right? Point blank simple. That would be the destructive thing that you're doing. That is selfish of you to do. So if anybody watching this is participating in an affair of some sort, Three of Cups in reversed is coming out in the center of your spread to show you that is not going to bring you joy, that is not going to bring you happiness. And what you reap is what you sow. You don't want to put that energy out in the universe. I respect everyone. If you want to make your own decisions, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. I have so much sympathy, so much love for people who get kind of wrapped up in these tricky situations, because you really have to be in kind of a dark place mentally, spiritually, emotionally to betray others, is what I want to say. So if you are there, just know that I'm not judging you. I send you so much love, but this reading is really asking you this week, you need to make the decisive decision to end this, because you deserve respect. Everyone else deserves respect. And when you are taking actions consciously that you consciously know are hurting other people, even if you don't feel like you're directly involved with it, it will come back to bite you in the booty, okay? And it will not bring happiness. So if there's anything in your life that you're doing intentionally to hurt others, I would caution strongly against it this week. Also, many people who are into witchcraft, I am into witchcraft, I always tell people, don't send curses, don't send hexes, and it's a very controversial opinion of mine, I guess. I didn't think it would be controversial, but it is. Basic laws of the universe. What you put out in the universe is what you get back. And also, this world is like a fishbowl energetically, so when you crap everywhere, you're also going to be swimming in crap. Like what you send out to other people is what you yourself have to breathe in, if that makes sense. So just make sure that you aren't, I would just be really on top of the actions and words you decide to make. Like, don't speak ill of others. Don't take actions that go against other people, that disrespect other people. Also, I want to say sprinkle a little bit more positivity into your own life, more gratitude into your own life. That will help your mental health out tremendously, okay? And if you are feeling a little bit separated, a little bit lonely at this time, do a deep dive into why that is. Is it because the people around you suck? Or was there actions and words that you have taken that have led you to this kind of isolated type of feeling, I'm not comparing you to this person, but this just made me think of someone in my life. We used to have a huge friend group. We had parties like every single week. It was beautiful. And, time went on. Many years down the line, this one particular friend who was a part of that group and very important to that group, one by one, all of their friends in this group started like not being friends with this one person. And those people didn't do it to intentionally hurt that person. It was just that friend was doing things and saying things that were disrespectful to different types of people. And so it's like, when that's what you put out into the world, people aren't going to want to spend time with you. So I'm not saying you're in that circumstance, but I will say, like, try to look in the mirror this week and see how your own actions have kind of led you to this moment, into these present circumstances. Because sometimes you don't realize it's correlated, but it is. Like, for example, I really don't want to be friends with anyone who gets themselves involved in drama all the time, who doesn't communicate effectively, even if I'm not directly involved in the drama. Like, if you are, like, for example, I would not be best friends with someone who cheats on their husband, cheats on their wife regularly. Like, I just don't want that energy in my life. So what I'm saying here is, if you're feeling separated from people, try to look at how you might be contributing to that. And on the flip side, use this time alone to grow, to become a better person, especially if this is like post-breakup energy, if this is like post-ending energy, because we did start out with the Mourning card here, feeling a little bit lonely. Use this time to become the person that you want to be. One thing that I heard yesterday, actually, was that you're ready for marriage when you would marry yourself. And I was thinking about that a lot. And, you could already be married, you could already be whatever. It doesn't necessarily matter. Even if you're not even focused on love at all, use this concept. You are ready for this beautiful blessing when you feel like you are deserving of it, when you feel like you would marry yourself, like you have a lot to offer. And same message could be applied to anything. A business, for example, if you would buy your own product, then you're going to be successful. If you think that what you have to offer is wonderful, then you are going to be successful. But in the meantime, if you're not there yet mentally, make improvements to yourself, to your business, to whatever, so that that beautiful blessing can come forward. Instead of kind of wallowing in this aloneness, work towards self-improvement, and the aloneness will fix itself anyways. Sixth card out for you is the Knight of Vessel in reversed. I wonder if this is someone else or if this is you, but Knight of Vessel, Knight of Cups in reversed tends to be someone who speaks a lot, has a big game saying of how romantic they are, and it doesn't have to be romance either. It could be like friendships, like, I'm such a great friend, I do anything for the people around me, like someone who really markets themselves as one thing, but then doesn't really stick around past the honeymoon phase. Anyways, so I would be aware of anything like that in your life, or if you are acting like that at this time, just be aware of it, especially if you're someone who likes to distract yourself with like shiny new projects or people, you know. Are you actually going to commit to this long term and make it successful or not? If you're not, then don't even start in the first place. That's what I would say this week. 7th card out, now this 3rd row. I'm sorry if this is a difficult reading, guys. 4 of Vessels, boredom. Yeah, this came out for Taurus as well. There's a lot of synchronicities between you and Taurus. All right, I want to see the card next to this. So 8th card out is 3 of Arrows in reverse. Jealousy, oh no, right next to that 3 of Cups in reverse. Guys, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at the reader. I do not sugarcoat readings. And this is not a good reading, okay? To me, there is some type of betrayal, some type of cheating, some type of... And I feel like it's coming from you. I'm going to be completely honest. So, like, don't get scared and think this is a prediction of something that someone else did to you. Just seriously ask yourself, was there something that you did or are doing that is betraying the trust of another person at this time? Is this something that happened in the past? And this person or people kind of dropped out of your life one by one, and now you're feeling a little bit alone and a little bit jealous, a little bit insecure of them now off living their life, doing their thing without you. This is why, like what I was saying earlier, what negative actions you send out will come back to bite you in the butt. We're seeing it come back to bite you in the butt, all right? Now, this could either be a message of warning or a message that this is happening right now. So if you feel yourself about to make a really bad decision, take this reading as a beautiful, beautiful blessing to encourage you not to make that decision, all right? And, you know, with the Yang energy, with the eagle, you can undo what you did in the past. So don't beat yourself up over that. All you can do to rectify that is become a better person today. And when you do that, your past is forgiven by yourself and by others. Like, and I can say this full-heartedly. You know, I have met some terrible people in my life, but knowing that they grew and evolved over the years to become better people, it really made me feel so much better about what they did in the past. It's like, no, your past actions weren't okay, but I'm just so happy that you grew, that you evolved and are this better person now. And I release any judgments that I have towards you based off of your actions. Like, if I had friends in the past who treated me awful, I held a lot of resentment towards them for many years. But like, if I saw that they made the growth and have become a totally different person and are so much better now, that makes me so happy, and I no longer hold that resentment. So the biggest gift you could do for someone who you've hurt or betrayed is to become a better person yourself, okay? And I'm just saying, 3 of Cups, 3 of Arrows in reverse. And guys, some of you, this may be talking about someone else in your life, so I'm sorry if I keep making it out to be like you're the bad guy here. If you are the one who were like the victim of some type of injustice, some type of lying, cheating, betrayal here, whether it's platonic, romantic, whatever. I am sorry if I'm making it out to seem like you are the bad person. However, this is also a warning, like, don't try to get revenge on that if that is the case. And also, you still have a mourning period to go through. So try not to become the person that hurt you, because I think that's a thing that happens a lot. You get really hurt in your life, and then it kind of makes you a bit bitter. You need to process those feelings, send so much love, so much forgiveness, and it doesn't have to be verbal forgiveness. You don't have to tell someone you've forgiven them, to the situation, so that you no longer hold that pain in your heart. I would definitely say do a heart chakra clearing this week as well. I just feel so much healing going on in your heart space, so much healing and mourning going on here for something that did not work out. Someone who might have led you on, or you might have done the same, or cheated, lying, betrayal. Something like that may have happened, and it doesn't feel good, all right? But there's healing this week happening. Final card out for you is the 5 of Arrows in reversed, frustration. And this is in the same row of the 5 of Bows, empowerment. So, it's almost like something is eluding you. Something is just not going to work with you. And this is coming out right underneath the Knight of Vessels. You can try your hardest to make a situation better. You can try your hardest to turn someone into the person that you need them to be. But if they keep choosing not to be that person, or it keeps eluding you, maybe your energy is better spent becoming a better version of yourself, you know, reaching goals, no longer procrastinating, taking divine action, actionable steps towards becoming the better person here. that is what you're being guided to do this week. Focus on yourself, okay? Instead of like immediately jumping into a new thing to distract yourself, focus on becoming a more respect-worthy version of yourself. You know, it's like if you just got into a breakup and this person lied, cheated, betrayed, the best thing you can do is not jump into a new relationship, but instead get your life together and become this awesome person so that way they feel bad. Like, that's the best revenge. It's not sending them a hex. It's not going and doing something intentionally to hurt them. It is literally becoming the best, most nicest version of yourself so that way they regret what they did. And if you're feeling harsh about yourself because of your own actions or thoughts of betrayal, or just if you've been acting out of negativity and wanting to hurt others, then my advice for you would be to do the same exact thing. You know, focus on becoming a better version, because that is the most forgiveness-worthy thing you can do, okay? Sorry if this was a hard reading, guys. I would definitely check for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, because, you know, everything's neutral in life, and this may be a multifaceted week. There could be beautiful blessings coming through as well as this situation. So watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus if you want a more full overview this week. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, because this is really interesting, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I love you guys. Bye bye.